Fizz Nation, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again so much for stopping by this week. Before we get started, I have a very special announcement to make. Do y'all remember back during the fall flavor series when we were trying to get up to 500 subscribers in order to try the Jones Turkey and Gravy Soda on live stream? We realized we weren't going to be able to make that, so we moved the goal back to 400 subscribers. Well, we hit 400 subscribers in November of 2023. And now here we are in May, 6 months later, and y'all, earlier this week, we actually finally hit 500 subscribers. So a huge shout out to Phenom Z for getting us to the 500 subscriber mark. You are awesome and welcome to the Fizz Nation. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. Now let's see if we can keep moving forward. There's a lot of y'all who watch these videos every single week, but you are not subscribed. So why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and change that real quick? What do you say? With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this week's content. This week, we're gonna go back to the New Jersey, New York area for a regional flavor. This week's flavor comes from a company that I've been aware of for about a year now. I've seen some of their flavors on shelves at my local Kroger from time to time, but I've never actually tried anything from them until right now. If you live in the New Jersey and New York area, you are probably very familiar with the Boylan bottling company. They got a start not dissimilar to Dr. Pepper back in 1891 when a pharmacist by the name of William Boylan created a birch beer recipe. The flavor got pretty popular, and so they created the Boylan Bottling Company in 1891 in order to sell it. Since then, they've come out with a bunch of new flavors. They've got seltzers, and obviously one of my favorite details here is they make craft sodas with pure cane sugar. And so that brings us to today's flavor. This is Boylan Bottling Works' brand new flavor, Dr. Boylan. It's a flavor that they created specifically to honor their founder, William Boylan. From what I understand, this is supposed to be a cola with cherry and vanilla notes. Although obviously with the name, I think we can tell which book they're taking a page out of. It's fine Boylan. I mean, a lot of soft drink companies have done it over the years. Now, obviously I could sit here and speculate all day, or we could go ahead and get right into the content you guys are here to see. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and pop the top, give it the old sniff test. Now, obviously we got one of these metal caps here, and you always wonder, is it going to twist off easier? We're gonna have to pry it. So let's go ahead and see if we can give it a twist. It comes right off. Love that. Let's give it the old sniff test. All right, so this definitely smells kind of familiar, kind of interesting. There's definitely a strong sort of red licorice flavor here. I can definitely smell some vanilla in this. So I think I can definitely tell what direction they're trying to go with this. But as usual, the sniff test is only gonna get us so far. So let's go ahead and grab our trusty glass with ice, give it the old pour, and see what else there is to discover about this. Okay, so not seeing what I thought I was going to see here. This is your typical caramel colored cola soft drink color here. It's not quite as carbonated as I thought it would be, but what I thought I was going to see was a little bit more of a red tint. See, I was kind of expecting it would look like that because I can tell that they're kind of doing a sort of Dr. Pepper spin with this, and Dr. Pepper has sort of like a reddish tint. But take a look at this. You can see that the red tint is nowhere to be seen. So maybe this is not gonna be what I thought it was. Only one way to find out. Time to go ahead and toss it back, see what kind of formula we're working with here. Here's to you. Ooh. Oh, wow. So I am definitely detecting a sort of maraschino cherry flavor in this. I think that's what I detected as the red licorice notes in the sniff test. The flavor is definitely reminding me of a sort of maraschino cherry, and there are some pretty subtle vanilla notes in this. Like, as far as the flavor is concerned, the vanilla is not immediately evident, but as I'm paying attention to the flavor, I am picking up on it. And even the aftertaste is actually pretty pleasant. I mean, I think it's how the cane sugar is interacting with the cherry flavor. Like, for a very split second, I thought it tasted kind of like cough syrup, but that went away very quickly and was replaced almost immediately by that mature cherry flavor that I think I'm interpreting as maraschino cherry. The carbonation is not as strong as I thought it would be, and it's not entirely missing, it's just not as prevalent. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty good flavor. All right, so what do I think of Dr. Boylan? I think this is a pretty decent mix of flavors. Like, I see what they're trying to do here as far as calling it Dr. Boylan and kind of leaning in that sort of 23 different flavor type deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think they're outright trying to copy Dr. Pepper, but they definitely take inspiration from Dr. Pepper. This is definitely a nod to that classic spicy, cherry, vanilla, dark, mature flavor that you get with Dr. Pepper. But all that said, they definitely did set out to make their own thing here. As far as flavor is concerned, pretty darn good. I would like to have a little bit less of a subtlety with the vanilla flavor. Like, I feel like I had to search for that a little bit until I found it, and I would have liked for the carbonation to be just a little bit sharper, but I definitely appreciate the mix that we've got as far as flavor is concerned. I definitely appreciate its status as a craft soda with pure cane sugar, and overall I think it's a fitting tribute to their founder. So with all that said, I'm gonna go ahead and give Dr. Boylan 4 out of 5 sips. But as always, that is just my opinion. I would love to hear yours. If you've had this before, if you're in the area and personally acquainted with this brand, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you're not from the area where this is made and you don't know where to find this, I will include a link in the description. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for me again this week, Fizz Nation. Thanks again for stopping by. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please let me and the algorithm know by hitting that like button. It really helps us out a lot. And if you want to see more content just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any notifications for future videos. I'm gonna get out of here and finish this up. You guys have a great week, and we will see you next time.